What's up YouTube? This is Victor on the Let Me Explain show, and today I'll be doing a brief review of the Beats Pill. So before I get into the technicalities and how it looks, I would just like to mention that this is your basic consumer's review. I'm not a tech analyst as such, but I just thought I would review it because I had a hard time deciding on what to buy when it came to a Bluetooth speaker. And when I came across the Beats Pill, I was a bit concerned because I'd heard, all kinds of opinions about Beats audio quality. So I had to really sift through the reviews and come up with my own decision as to whether this would fit my needs or not. So this is a deeply personal review, but I think some of the points will be helpful for you to make a decision if you're looking into buying a Bluetooth wireless speaker. So firstly, it is Beats, so don't expect premium quality sound. It will be loud. It's very loud. I must mention that at the get-go, and it's actually impressively loud. That it's a head turner. That's the best way to describe it. People will turn their heads when you pump up the volume on this thing. Secondly, a quality I love about it is the size. Obviously, it's very small. Really, it's small enough to fit into your backpack without taking up too much room. And third, the weight part of it. It's pretty weighty. I'll put it on the scale. It's pretty heavy for a speaker of its size. The other thing I love about it is the potential for you to charge an external device via USB, because the battery on this thing is pretty impressive, as you will see. It took a while for it to charge up, and that's obviously because it's a high capacity battery. It does last a long time. One thing I must note is if you're an Android user, you must be aware of the fact that the charging port is Apple. So you will need an Apple cable. So that's just something to bear in mind. It also has an auxiliary cable which you can connect another audio source into it. So you don't necessarily have to rely on Bluetooth. You can also plug in your radio or whatever device you have music on to play through this device. Connectivity is pretty easy. Is it something I recommend? I like that sound. Definitely would recommend it if you want something loud, if you want something with a long-lasting battery, and of course I would like to think that the quality is backed up by the fact that Apple, it piqued Apple's interest for it to buy out the company. So you might want to consider that, or to collaborate with the company, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is that it is high quality indeed in terms of build, in terms of durability when it comes to the battery, and also the sound quality. Like I said, if you're a pro looking at premium sound, this might not be for you, but it is decent quality sound as compared to the other speakers out there. And I'm talking about competitors in the $80 range and below. This costs about $109 at the moment, at the time of this video being produced. So it is up there amongst, it is a pretty expensive speaker, depending on your budget, of course. But if you would consider something like the Jambox, which costs anywhere in the range of $60 to $80 range, it is loud, it has got a pretty good sound quality, and it does go neck and neck with the Beats Pill. And I would say the Beats Pill could actually top the Jambox. I'll do another video review of the comparing the two, just to see if we can get via video, if we can get a sense of which one sounds better. All right, so right now we're gonna go into the sound quality, give it a try and see what we think about it. And we're connected, so next I'm gonna play a video. So what I'm going to try to do now is just speak over the music in my normal tone. So I'll carry on speaking as I pump up the volume so that you get an idea of how loud it can get. So I'm still speaking in my normal voice and it's pretty high up. I'm still pumping it up, still speaking in my normal voice. So at this point, I'm actually having to shout because it's way louder than my voice. I'm still speaking in my normal voice. Alright, so I'm turning it down now. So for comparison to your speaker, what I'll do is I'll put a link of the very video I played here. It's one of my videos, and the sound track is by Ben E Sound. It's a free soundtrack, so that way if you're gonna do a video comparison, feel free to use my video or your own, whatever. But I just wanted to show you how loud it gets, and if I'm speaking in my normal voice, it really gets super loud. And also there isn't much sound distortion, so I just want to show that because I deliberately left it on the scale because there's a bit of rattle on the scale between the glass and the plate, so that way we'll be able to see how much the speaker rattles. Alright, so that's been it on testing the sound. And now we're gonna go into the specs. So I will be off camera again. I don't mean no disrespect by that, but we're just gonna go into the spec sheet and give you an idea of what the Beats Pill holds for you. So the Beats Pill has a battery that has a capacity of 12 hours, so you can play music for 12 hours. But that obviously will depend on how high your volume is and your external conditions, which may affect battery performance. So I'm not sure what tests they did that under, so just bear in mind that it could be slightly less than 12 hours or it could match that actual stated figure. The second thing also is that this button is multifunction, so you can use it to pair your device and also as an external speaker for calls. So if you just tap on that button, then you can actually use the speaker as an external speaker. And the other thing I would like to mention, I haven't tested this out, but it does have an app where you can do funky things with it, like share the speaker with another person who has the same app, and so you can connect two music sources to one speaker. It does have stereo sound, hence the sound quality is so much better and so much deeper than you would expect from such a small device. So that's another thing to bear in mind, that Apple and Beats really went to the basics of music here in terms of applying that stereo function to give you the maximum audio out of the size comparison in terms of speaker size. So that's a good thing to note about it. And now we're gonna go to the back and just check out the setup at the back. You'll be able to access your charging port, and also the charging port is this slim area, and also your external charging port, so you can charge up other devices via USB on this port. Alright, so this is Victor signing off on the Let Me Explain show. Thanks for watching.